Hello, everyone out there. This is your friend, Dr. Haruna Goro. Wow, I am still in shock. Well, I was looking forward to this moment. Donald Trump's landslide, undeniable win to be the 47th American president after a lot of arrows were thrown at him. Well, I want to say congratulations to President Donald Trump and his team. I know not in any contest, in any election, not everybody is happy with what the outcome is, or not everybody is excited about the outcome. However, in any race, in any contest, the two of them should have known that there was only going to be one winner. And Donald Trump came out as the winner. And you know what? A lot of Democrats are still in shock. Kamala Harris is in tears. Many celebrities are left dumbfounded. In fact, some of them are crying. They can't believe what just happened, because they were so sure that Kamala Harris had what was needed to become the 47th president of America. But I'm telling you, this is Donald Trump's greatest comeback. I call it the greatest comeback after all the political witch hunt and prosecution that he has gone through in this close to 4 years after he left office as the 45th president of America. Talk about political persecution. Talk about court cases, accused of insurrection, witch hunted, indicted, shot at once, and had his ear almost chopped off. In fact, the plan or the intention of the person who was about to assassinate him was to just blow his head off. But in that moment, his head just tilted. And Donald Trump keeps saying, it is God who saved him. So I really, really know that, there's God in heaven. That's what happened. So, and in that moment where his life was totally on the line to be terminated, he showed bravery, even when his life was in danger. That's the man we're talking about. He survived 2 assassination attempts at his life, but he did not stop the fight to make America great. And I know some people couldn't really understand why he should be talking about wanting to make America great. Well, I should have thought that every citizen or all citizens of different nations, no matter what citizen or whatever nation you come from, every nation or every citizen is supposed to stand in defense of his or her own nation. Why should somebody want to be president over a nation or prime minister, but be more concerned about other nationalities, people from other nations, than he is about his nation? And this is what Donald Trump kept doing. He kept saying, make America great, and they tagged it the mega movement. He never stopped, in spite of the fact that there were a lot of attacks aimed at ending his life, but he kept the fight. I have learned so much from Donald Trump. And I know maybe you are watching me and you are saying, what am I talking about? I should stop talking about American politics and talk about African politics and talk about Nigerian politics as I've been doing. But I've already said, I'm not only going to be talking about Nigerian politics, I'm concerned about what is going on in the world. And I'm telling you, a nation like America, whatever happens in America has a way of affecting the entire world, whether we like it or not. Don't forget what happened during COVID. And, if they say when America coughs, the whole world should be in panic. So that's why I also want to just talk about what's going on. So, Donald Trump, I really salute this man. He's a man of courage, even though there was one time I didn't quite understand him when he was calling Africa the shithole, and even talked about Nigerians. He didn't like Nigerians. And somehow you don't blame such a man. Because, see the kind of leadership we are producing in Africa. Have you not seen what just happened in, in Mozambique? After such a landslide victory that was so obvious for the opposition party, but then the ruling party stole it and the people went out on the street. Till now, there's no peace, has no return back to Mozambique. Have you forgotten what has been happening in Zimbabwe, where they will send the army against the people because they want change? And I can't understand why, when people come into power, they just want to stay there and not want to go. The people say it is enough, they want change, and you are insisting you don't want to go, to let go. You just want to keep ruling. So now you are no longer doing it for the people, you are doing it for your own self. So that's what we have seen. But Donald Trump is back. And it's so obvious that the people were tired or are tired of being deceived, being lied to by mainstream media, by the political establishment, and a few of those so-called money people that have bought. They bought so many politicians. They have bought Washington. They have bought many of the career politicians who have been there. Do you know what? There are senators that have been in the Senate for over 50 years. So what kind of vision? What else would the person do that they have not done all these years? So, and Donald Trump, don't forget, he's been a businessman. That's all he knew. But he was just sick and tired of where America, the state of America. And he decided to come in and bring change. And he came in 2016, he was elected in 2016, and then when they wouldn't let him continue in 2020, so he came back again to try, still with the same vision to make America great. What nation will open her borders and allow people of all sorts to just come in? And Americans are defending it. Many Americans now have lost their jobs. Prices of goods and commodities so expensive. It's like living in America, it's like you're living in a third world nation. And now they see the way they came out from Afghanistan, lost people unnecessarily. See the war that they are a part of in Ukraine. Innocent people are dying. But while that is going on, I'm told, allegedly, that people like Joe Biden, the current president, that they know why that war is not ending. Because there are people that are benefiting from the war. And so that's why somebody like Donald Trump kept saying he wants to come in and bring change. So the people are tired. Americans got up, united as one force and one voice, and they have spoken and called for change. And that's what we are seeing now. It was time to defend their borders from external terrorist invasion and drug lords, warlords, drug lords that have come there, and they've come with all kinds of drugs and to destroy the people. Now they're even killing some of the Americans. So America now is not safe. That means bringing millions of illegal immigrants, allowing them in to small towns and settlements in America. Which nation does that? And they say they want to be inclusive. You can't be the Father Christmas to the whole world while your own people are impoverished. Go and see the people that are sleeping on the street in America. We thought this was only in Africa, but I think it's even safer now to live in Africa than in America. But that's why some of the Americans got sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they spoke as one voice. That's why Donald Trump had this kind of resounding victory. They said this has not happened. Some said in 18 something, they've not seen this in over 100 years. So this is a statement made, not just by Donald Trump, but by Americans. And we need to start seeing this everywhere. Even here in Africa, what just happened in Botswana is a sign that the people are tired. And when time for change comes, you can't stop the voice of the people. And this is what just happened in America. And again, I want to say congratulations, and I salute all of you Americans. Thank you for standing up to fight for your rights. It's not about being partisan. Whether, a lot of people think that when you are black, you must be a Democrat. It's got nothing to do with color. People, you go to the stores, go to buy food, it is not cheaper for the white and more expensive for the black. It's not cheaper for the black and more expensive for the white. Everybody suffers. And so when it has to do with defending your rights, it should have nothing to do with partisanship or this fake thing about your color. What has color got to do with your destiny? So again, I want to just remove my hat for America and what they have done. It was obvious that this was time to rebuild the economy that was busy collapsing. The Americans got up and they said it was time to give power, and it is time to give power back to the people. Americans in mass went out on the field to vote for change. And this is what just happened. They were not going to allow this racial and feared rhetoric to blind their obvious realities. Suffering, and then they keep pumping these rhetorics about. In fact, they were doing everything to scare them. Donald Trump is an insurrection. I'm struggling to pronounce that. They're talking about the January 6th insurrection, and they say he's Hitler. But if he was Hitler, you should have seen the Hitler when he was president in his first term. But that's why when people are blinded, you can lie to people that are gullible, ignorant, and blinded, and they will not reason. They can't even. You can say white is black, and they will accept it. And that's what they kept doing against Donald Trump. But thank God they did not succeed. It's not Donald Trump that has won. It's Americans that have won. In fact, let me tell you, as an African, even in Africa, we will be at peace now. They will stop disturbing us. They've been trying to force this LGBTQ on us Africans, insisting that if we will not legalize same-sex marriage, they will not give us AIDS. You don't have to give us AIDS anymore. In fact, Africans are the ones that have brought themselves so cheap for them to be bargaining with us. We have values in Africa. And so nobody's going to tell us a man should marry a man or a woman should marry a woman. That's unimaginable. That's unimaginable. We can't do that. That's not our culture. So now, and I'm happy, we've got Donald Trump. In Africa and part of the rest of the world, we will have some time, a moment of peace. So I'm very happy. As I said to you before, I wasn't a fan of Donald Trump, because I felt he was too rough, and, didn't have tact, and he hated Africans. But now I know better. He actually has the interests of the people. But you can't protect other nations when your own nation is on fire. Even in the aeroplane, when there is in the case of emergency, and mothers have children, you don't take care of the children first. Protect yourself so that you are alive to protect your children. So that's what is happening now in America. The people have spoken with a resounding voice that is too obvious to be suppressed or silenced. You can't silence the Americans that have spoken now. Thank God for what just happened. Donald Trump is now the 47th president of America. Resilience has paid in the end. And I'm so excited to be speaking. Initially, yesterday, I didn't know whether to be excited. I didn't know what to do, but I was just kind of like dumbfounded. It's like you touch me, I was almost numb. I was at a conference, been running a conference, and the conference is still on. But now I have this open period before I go back for the evening session, and I just felt, no, I need to say something about what just happened. Donald Trump is back. Freedom is back. Freedom of speech. Thank God that he has people like Elon Musk, who is an African. He's from South Africa originally. Thank God RFK is going to be part of this great team. People that are fighting for the rights of the people. Big Pharma is coming down. mightily. And all this mainstream media, they are going to be phased out because truth must. The people have spoken. Sorry, there was a call, and that's why there was kind of a freeze. Faith and courage has won. Donald Trump stood up when his life was on the line. He would have been terminated. His head would have just been shattered into pieces. But he got up and said, fight, fight, fight. And I want to call on America, unite and fight for the right to be governed by people that care about you. I also want to call on Africans. We should not allow this tyranny. We shouldn't allow this corruption that has destroyed a continent that is so endowed with mineral resources, human resources that would have changed the world. And I believe the rest of the world is waiting for the sleeping giant in Africa to arise. So as an African, I want to salute you Americans standing up and asking for truth to prevail, standing for truth and for the people and for the right of the people. I want to salute you. I believe the next 4 years is going to be a great 4 years in America and other parts of the world. So we pray that this God that made this thing happen peacefully, may God help Donald Trump. May God help his team. May God guide him in the selection and the choosing of his team, so that he doesn't make the mistake that he made during his first term, where he surrounded himself with this swarm of people, these corrupt people, these cheats, these connivers, these liars. But may God give him the wisdom, the foresight to choose correctly, so that there will be peace in America and peace in the world. So this is my prayer. I pray, may we stand for justice always. Every nation of the world, they deserve good, God-fearing leaders, people of integrity that will be there not to serve their own personal interest, but the interest of the people. So thank you for watching. This is an African brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. I just felt I need to give my voice concerning what just happened in America. Maybe you have a different opinion, or maybe you're not happy, but listen, what matters now is that the people have spoken. Democracy has won instead of the demon crazy. So now, let Americans unite, let the world unite, lay aside your differences. Let's see ourselves build a great world that God has given to us, and we need to enjoy that which God has for us. May God bless America. May God bless Donald Trump. May God bless Africa. This is your brother, Dr. Haruna Goro, all the way from Africa, the place where God lives. Bye-bye.